Well, welcome to Blanco edition of Let Go and Haul. This is our recent trip to Blanco State Park, located in Blanco, Texas, of all places. Go figure. This is one of the smallest parks in Texas, and like many of the other parks, it was, a Civilian Conservation Corps project started by, FDR, who created the CCC to help unemployed people get back to work during the Great Depression. When they first started, ranchers and other people in the area donated land to create the state park. And at 104 acres, it is one of the smallest state parks in Texas. The park was created in 1933, June 16th, 1933. Work lasted for 11 months to build the bridges and dams and other structures, picnic areas and roads that you see in the park today. The main dam, as you've seen in the video, there is a pool that is all built in. It's all built by the CCC to create this beautifully unique small park. And I'm gonna emphasize that this is a small park, but it is such a beautiful little park. So, as you watch, I drive around, go down the park road, you can see all the spots where you can stop, and it's all day use down there. They have a very long stone picnic table down here at this end. And as you see, there's private residences along the way. If you come, respect these private residences. Don't be going off into people's property. And again, clean up after yourself. There's fishing. And of course, it's a state park, so you do not need a fishing license to fish in a state park. Just clean up after yourself again. I can't stress that enough. We want to take care of these parks that we have. We want to be able to enjoy them as much as we can. And a lot of free camping and boondocking places have been getting shut down as of late because people come in and trash them. We don't want that to happen to some of these beautiful state parks here in Texas. We don't want it to happen to any state park or any park anywhere in our great country. Please clean up after yourself. Make it better than the way you found it. If you see something, pick it up, just throw it away. Don't be that person. Clean up, please. It stretches along the banks on either side of the Blanco River in its little area. And yeah, if you come to this park, you want to book it as far out as you can, because it is a hard park to get into. Not as far as traveling to. The park is centrally located. It's in between Fredericksburg, Austin, San Antonio. I mean, it is like smack dab in the middle. It's almost, no more than, I think, 45 minutes to an hour to San Antonio or Austin. It's like 45 minutes to Fredericksburg. It's right there. But it's hard to get into as far as, because it is such a nice little park. It books quick. I think we've been trying to get into Blanco now for almost 18 months, almost 2 years maybe. And we couldn't even get sites that were side by side. We of course had to have the 50 amp for the cruiser, and DA and Kiera, they've got their little camper, so they took the 30 amp site. But being a small park, we were maybe 100 yards away from them. We just walked down the road a little bit and hello. But back to the park, because it's right there. It is just outside of Blanco, and Blanco is a nice little historic town. I highly recommend, if you go to the park, get out, go look at the local town, go visit the local businesses and everything. Support small businesses. And because of where it's at, we made a day trip up to Fredericksburg, which you will see in the next part of this, along with our trip to Garrison Brothers Distillery, so we could pick up our bottles of the Guadalupe bourbon that was just released the weekend we were there. And it was such a good bourbon. And I'm not big on bourbon. I'm a rum guy, but sorry, DA, I'm keeping those 2 bottles. as you look at the video, just it's not that big of a park, but the river is wonderful. It is not overly cold, well, at least it wasn't when we went there. It was refreshing, and it's right there. It's just a short little walk. It's not a fast moving river, although I do have to warn you that like all rivers, it is prone to flash flooding, so you really have to watch your weather and everything. In fact, in May of 2015, we got 10 to 13 inches of rain fell at the headwaters, and already being saturated and can't really absorb any more rainfall. It goes straight into the river. So it swelled to over 30 feet, and of course it rushed down into the park. If you look carefully, I mean, the Highway 281 bridge right there, it was at the bottom of it. You can still see, some of the debris, 6 years later in the trees. They're still there, and it's just one of the many testaments to the power of Mother Nature, and why anytime you go to a river, you need to be aware of the weather. Upriver, downriver, where you're at. Watch the weather. If you get a chance, come to the park. Spend the day here. Spend the week here. But respect it. Don't be someone like these fools that come to parks and just throw shit everywhere. Don't be that person. Clean up after yourself. But enjoy the video. Enjoy the scenes of us sitting here in the river and playing around. We were there. Serge and Emily came out. Chris and Lisa came out, and Chris brought his puppy Ellie, and that was a treat to have her along with us. Sorry you don't see pictures of the girls, because they were kind of being a little shy this time. They didn't really want to be on camera this time, so we just let them be. I don't want to stress the kids out too much, but we had Ellie out there, and we had a really great time. We had a wonderful time. The waterfall is very refreshing. Just be careful when you walk on it. It is slick. It is very slick. There's a heavy algae growth across it. I would suggest, either if you want to be on one side or the other, either drive and park or swim across. We didn't really have a big heavy crowd while we were there, but that was fine. We don't really like a heavy crowd, and we were able to enjoy it. We went down late in the evening on Friday, then we went back on Saturday after we come back from Garrison Brothers, and just enjoyed the time there. And we were there Thursday to Sunday because Michelle and DA had to be back at work, so we left Sunday and got back into town, and we had a really great time here. So the next video, next part of this one, I'll show you Fredericksburg. Particularly, we'll be at the wineries there. The bulk of it's probably going to be at Messinahoff, and I'll show you just a few little snippets of Bingham, maybe. Probably not. I like Bingham. I didn't video very much there. But we'll show you Messinahoff. We'll show you a little bit of Garrison Brothers, just to tease you, just so you'll be like, all right, I need to go check it out, because some of these places, pictures don't do them justice. You really need to go and see them. That's why I do this, to give you the idea of what it's like. How well do we like it? Go see it, go experience it for yourself. You won't be disappointed. You won't be disappointed. If you've noticed, this is the second video where we've been out in the area and we've gone to Fredericksburg. There's a reason, because we like Fredericksburg. We like the rivers. We like wine. Go and experience it and just have a wonderful time being outdoors in these great parks of Texas, and just being around good company, good people, and living life. Because working all the time sucks. So there you have it. See you in the next episode.
Ooh, wow.